Welcome to the sleepy event horizon, where gravity fades and the stars watch over your rest. Before we drift deeper into the velvet expanse of the cosmos, remember to subscribe to this channel. Let this space be your permanent launchpad to peace every night. A quiet sanctuary you can always return to when the noise of the world becomes too heavy. Tonight, there is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing left for you to solve, nothing left for you to carry, and nothing left for you to do. The day has completed its cycle. The sun has long surrendered to the horizon, and the night has arrived to drape the world in a blanket of deep, restorative shadows. Lie back and allow your eyes to grow heavy. Feel the soft, familiar texture of the fabric beneath you. This bed is your vessel, perfectly contoured to support every inch of your tired frame. For just a moment, bring your awareness to your breathing. You do not need to change it or control it. Simply watch it, like a gentle tide rolling in and rolling out on a quiet, moonlit shore. With every inhalation, draw in the cool, still air of the room. With every exhalation, allow your body to soften into the mattress beneath you. Let the tension melt away from your jaw. Let the small muscles around your eyes release their grip. Feel your shoulders drop, shedding the invisible weights they have carried all day. Let this wave of deep relaxation travel down your spine, loosening your arms, your hands, your legs, all the way down to the tips of your toes. You are safe here. You are completely secure. Now, imagine that the familiar force of gravity, the invisible pull that keeps us anchored to the ground, begins to soften. It does not disappear all at once, but rather, it gently loosens its hold. Like a warm hand slowly letting go, you can feel the heavy density of your bones beginning to lighten. The pressure of your body against the bed becomes subtle, faint, almost an illusion. You are becoming lighter than the air around you. As you breathe in, feel a sense of weightlessness expanding in your chest. As you breathe out, imagine yourself lifting ever so slightly from the surface of your bed, the walls of your room, the ceiling above you, the busy streets outside. They all begin to fade away, dissolving into a soft, comforting mist. The sounds of the earth, the distant hum of traffic, the rustle of the wind, the echoes of daytime worries, they all quiet down, replaced by a profound and perfect silence. You are rising, drifting upward with the slow, effortless grace of a feather carried on an unseen, gentle thermal. You are leaving the surface of the earth behind, ascending through the layers of the atmosphere, moving from the dense air of the lower world into the thin, pristine stillness of the upper sky. The temperature here is perfectly balanced, a cool, refreshing atmosphere that invigorates your spirit while wrapping you in absolute comfort. Look down and watch as the world below you transforms. The sharp edges of continents and oceans blur into a beautiful, glowing sphere of deep blues and swirling whites. The brilliant city lights, once so chaotic and demanding, now look like a delicate dusting of luminous gold upon the curved surface of our home. From up here, all the borders vanish. All the urgent matters of the day shrink into insignificance. The entire world is just a small, peaceful marble, humming quietly in the vastness of the dark. You are witnessing the overview effect, a profound shift in perspective where the immense scale of the universe reveals how wonderfully small our earthly concerns truly are. And as you turn your gaze outward, away from the earth, you are met with the greatest ocean of all. The cosmos opens up before you, an endless, three-dimensional canvas painted in the deepest shades of violet, indigo, and absolute, pure black. It is not an empty void, but a rich, silent tapestry woven with the light of ancient suns. Millions of stars dot the darkness, glowing with steady, unwavering calmness. They have been here for billions of years, and they will be here for billions more. In their presence, time itself seems to slow down, stretching out into an infinite, peaceful continuum. You are floating now in the sanctuary of the sleepy event horizon, a place where the laws of physics are gentle and the universe embraces you with infinite care. You are suspended in perfect equilibrium, moving in harmony with the celestial bodies. Here, in this grand vacuum, there is no sound to startle you, no sudden movements to disturb your rest. You can hear the deep silence, a rich, velvety quiet that resonates in your chest like a low, comforting hum. It is the sound of absolute peace. Tonight, we are going to embark on a very special journey. We are going to become silent observers of one of the universe's most delicate and misunderstood dances. We will look beyond the bright, fixed stars and turn our attention to the subtle, hidden movements of the dark. We are going to explore the mesmerizing world of shooting stars. These brief flashes of light have captivated humanity for thousands of years, appearing for just a heartbeat and disappearing before we can be sure we even saw them. People marvel at their rare beauty, savoring the time to make a wish. But behind that simple moment is a powerful, silent cascade of forces from the depths of outer space. We will discover that every shooting star is part of a much larger story, a slow, majestic narrative shaped by drifting dust, wandering objects, and the steady, ancient movement of Earth itself. These lights are not rare accidents or distant spectacles. They are ongoing events woven into the nightly rhythm of the sky, happening with calm precision whether anyone is watching or not. Some are subtle and delicate, others brilliant and commanding, but all of them hint at a universe that is active, layered, and endlessly surprising. As we drift deeper into the night, we will uncover how these silent wanderers behave, where they truly come from, and why they have fascinated humans for as long as we have looked up at the night sky. But there is no rush. We have all the time in the universe. For now, simply allow yourself to float in this infinite ocean of stars. Let the cool, starlit silence wash over you, clearing your mind of every lingering thought. You are weightless. You are safe. You are part of the grand, ancient quiet of the cosmos. As we prepare to meet the silver rivers of comet dust, let your breathing align with the slow, eternal rotation of the galaxies. In and out, drift and float. The journey has just begun, and the universe is watching over your rest. As you continue to float in this boundless, velvet ocean of the cosmos, let your breathing synchronize with the slow, ancient rhythms of the universe. Inhale the cool, pristine stillness of space. Exhale any remaining whispers of the day. letting them dissolve into the infinite dark. You are cradled in the quiet hum of eternity, a perfect, weightless sanctuary where time stretches out into a calm and endless horizon. Look out into the vastness before you. Among the steady, unwavering light of distant galaxies and sleeping giants, we sometimes see a sudden, graceful streak drawn across the canvas of our night sky. We have always called them shooting stars. For millennia, humanity has looked up from the surface of our blue world, captivated by these fleeting ribbons of light, believing them to be massive suns descending from the heavens. But here, in the quiet truth of the vacuum, we can see them for what they truly are. Shooting stars are not stars at all, but tiny, silent rocks from outer space. What looks to our eyes like a massive, glowing star falling from the sky is actually a small, delicate object from the deep reaches of space, gently entering the embrace of Earth's atmosphere. There is a profound, comforting beauty in this reality. A true star is a roaring furnace, a massive sphere of overwhelming gravity and light. But these quiet wanderers are infinitely more humble and infinitely more approachable. In fact, many shooting stars are incredibly small, often smaller than a single grain of ordinary sand. Imagine that for a moment. Let your mind shrink down from the vastness of the Milky Way, down past the swirling arms of nebulas, past the grand orbits of gas giants, all the way down to a solitary, microscopic speck of ancient stardust. Imagine being that tiny grain of sand. You have no weight to carry. You have no urgent destination. You are simply a quiet piece of the cosmos, drifting effortlessly through the grand, silent architecture of the solar system. For millions of years, a tiny meteoroid can travel through space invisibly, floating in a state of absolute, profound slumber. These microscopic objects have been orbiting the sun unnoticed and unlit, moving with patient grace until the moment their long, looping paths gently intersect with our planet. In the pure, immaculate vacuum of deep space, they do not glow, they do not burn, and they do not resemble fire. They are perfectly dark, perfectly still, preserved in the cool, refreshing chill of the void. You can almost feel the temperature of their journey, a crisp, mint-like coolness that keeps their ancient minerals intact. A physical sensation of deep, undisturbed preservation. You can see the heavy, indigo silence that wraps around them like a protective cocoon as they travel through the dark. Drift, float, ancient, stillness. Let those words echo softly in your mind. Like these silent wanderers, your thoughts can become weightless. You do not need to shine right now. You do not need to produce light or navigate complex paths. You are allowed to be like a solitary grain of cosmic sand, unnoticed, unlit, and perfectly at peace in the dark. You are allowed to simply exist, following the gentle, natural curvature of rest. We often think of these shooting stars as rare, spectacular anomalies, interruptions in the normal order of the night. But from this perspective, high above the atmosphere, you can see the gentler truth. In reality, Earth is interacting with countless tiny visitors every single day. It is not a sudden event, but a continuous, quiet communion between our home and the wider solar system. Almost all of these microscopic visitors are passing into our world without any spectacle or awareness. They do not announce their arrival. They simply drift into the upper layers of the sky. Microscopic emissaries of deep time returning to the fold. The sky above our blue planet is always active, layered with these invisible, delicate arrivals. Feel the comfort in that continuous connection, even when the night sky looks completely still from the ground. It is quietly receiving these ancient grains of sand. It is a slow, steady accumulation of stardust, a gentle rain of history that happens whether anyone is looking or not. It is a reminder that we are never truly isolated. We are part of an endless, flowing system where everything eventually finds a place to rest. As you lie there, safe and warm, let your body feel as light as one of these drifting wanderers. If you have any heavy thoughts remaining, picture them as tiny specks of dust. Watch as they float away from you, drifting off into the endless, purple night. They are too small to matter now. They are caught in the slow, sweeping currents of space, carried far away from your peaceful center. Drift, float, ancient, stillness. You are drifting alongside them now, moving through a space where gravity has lost its meaning. You are a silent observer, moving gracefully toward a magnificent, glowing river in the dark. We are approaching the remnants of a great, ancient traveler, a trail of silver dust left behind by a comet from the dawn of time. But there is no hurry. Let the vastness of the dark hold you. Let the profound, absolute silence soothe your mind. The universe has been waiting billions of years for you to arrive at this moment of perfect rest. And it will keep you safe until the morning comes. Breathe in the starlight. Breathe out the gravity. As you continue to breathe in the vast, untroubled dark, you realize that you are not simply resting in an empty void. You are drifting, effortlessly and without direction, through a gallery of ancient light. Your body is entirely weightless, suspended in a perfect equilibrium of peace. There is no up, no down, no rushing forward, and no falling back. There is only the gentle, continuous present moment. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. In the distance, just at the edge of your cosmic vision, a soft, luminous band begins to appear against the deep indigo of space. It does not approach you with speed or urgency. Instead, it is you who is slowly, gracefully gliding toward it, carried by the invisible, calming currents of the solar system. As you draw nearer, the band reveals itself not as a solid object, but as a breathtaking, delicate ribbon of frost and light. It is a silver river flowing in a circle around the sun, an ethereal stream suspended forever in the vacuum. This is a meteor stream, a long, quiet trail of stardust and microscopic ice left behind by a wandering comet. Long ago, before many of our earthly worries even existed, a comet traveled through this exact coordinate in space. It was a majestic wanderer made of ancient ice and pristine rock, journeying from the coldest, furthest edges of our solar system. As it gracefully swept near the warmth of the sun, it did not break or shatter. It simply softened. It exhaled. In that cosmic exhalation, the comet gently released a stream of fine dust and tiny, glittering ice crystals. These particles did not scatter into chaos, guided by the steady, comforting hand of gravity. They stayed together, stretching out along the comet's path to form a long, diluted band of shimmering memories. These trails persist in the silent dark for thousands of years, forming quiet regions of space filled with tiny, resting particles. They are a cosmic archive, a museum of stardust waiting patiently in the dark. As you float alongside this magnificent silver river, you can see the silence it holds. The light here is soft and pearlescent, glowing with a muted, calming luminescence. The tiny grains of dust are suspended like fireflies trapped in a perfectly clear crystal. They do not move against one another. They share a collective stillness, traveling together in a grand, slow-motion waltz around the sun. Before we drift any further into this river of starlight, take a moment to anchor your presence in this sanctuary. If the profound silence of these stars helps your mind settle and your breathing slow, please leave a gentle like on this journey. It is a quiet signal to the universe and to yourself that you are perfectly safe, and to ensure you always have a dedicated spaceship to return to the stars whenever the Earth feels too heavy. Make sure you are subscribed. Let this channel be your launch pad to peace every single night. Let your awareness return to the silver stream. Imagine reaching out an invisible, weightless hand to brush against this ancient river. Because there is no air here, there is no wind to disturb the dust, no sound to break the tranquility. If you were to touch it, it would feel like the coolest, finest silk, a texture of pure, refreshing calm that instantly soothes the mind. The universe is an active, layered, and endlessly surprising place. Yet its movements are so grand that to us, they appear as perfect stillness. When we see a meteor shower from the surface of Earth, it is not because the sky is suddenly throwing stars at us. It is simply because our beautiful blue planet, in its steady, yearly orbit, has gently glided into one of these already crowded paths. The increase in light and motion in our night sky is not caused by anything new arriving, but by Earth moving peacefully into an ancient, waiting river. The particles are already there, resting, approaching from similar directions in a beautiful, predictable pattern. Think of how comforting that predictability is. The universe is not random or chaotic. It has a rhythm, a deep, reliable heartbeat. Every year, at exactly the same time, Earth intersects these specific streams of comet dust. It is an appointment made by gravity, kept with absolute precision. The solar system remembers its past, and it honors that memory by allowing our planet to safely cross through it. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. You are part of this rhythm now. Your heartbeat is slowing down to match the majestic pace of the planets. Your breath rises and falls like the gentle tides of gravity shaping these streams over centuries. You are resting inside a structure that has survived for millennia, preserved in the cool, dry safety of space. Look closely at the individual particles making up this silver river. Some are no larger than a grain of sand, others as fine as powdered sugar. They have spent ages in the deep cold, keeping their early minerals and textures perfectly intact. They are cosmic fossils, preserving the conditions of a time long before our world was even fully formed. They carry no burdens. They have no responsibilities. They simply exist to reflect the distant light of the sun, and eventually, to create a fleeting moment of beauty in the sky of a passing world. Let yourself absorb this profound simplicity. You, too, do not need to do anything right now. You do not need to prove your worth, solve any problems, or carry the weight of tomorrow. Like the stardust in this ancient river, you are permitted to simply float. You are allowed to be a quiet observer in the grand, safe expanse of the night. As Earth slowly approaches this silver stream, the particles prepare for their gentle transition. We are going to follow them. We are going to watch what happens when the profound emptiness of space meets the soft, welcoming edge of our planet's atmosphere. But there is no impact to fear. There is only a slow, beautiful embrace of air and light. Let your body sink just a little deeper into your mattress. Let the cosmic silence wrap around you like a heavy, comforting blanket. We are drifting closer to the blue horizon, moving with the patient, eternal flow of the stars. As we continue to glide alongside the silver river of comet dust, the vastness of space begins to subtly shift. Below us, the Earth is a masterpiece of deep, resting blues and quiet, swirling whites. We are approaching the outermost boundary of our world, a place where the absolute vacuum of space meets the very first, delicate whispers of our planet's air. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Breathe in the perfect calm of this high-altitude sanctuary. Breathe out any lingering thoughts, letting them drift away like weightless dust. You are safe. You are held in the slow, sweeping arms of the cosmos. We are now floating about 100 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. Down below, the world is wrapped in its nocturnal routines. We are far, far above the highest clouds, far above any weather or storms that might sweep across the land. We are suspended in a region where the atmosphere is incredibly thin, a gentle, invisible veil that acts as Earth's very first line of contact with the wider solar system. In our everyday lives, when we look up from the ground, the sky feels close and immediate. But up here, you can see the profound depth of the atmosphere. What feels so near to us on Earth is actually happening far beyond anything we could ever physically reach. We are in a realm of pure, untouched tranquility. As a tiny grain of ancient stardust, a silent wanderer no larger than a snowflake approaches this invisible boundary. It does not experience a sudden collision. It does not crash or break. In the waking world, these particles travel at unimaginable speeds. But here, in the sleepy event horizon, we have the power to slow time down. We can watch this magnificent encounter unfold in the most delicate, sweeping, slow motion. Imagine this tiny, dark speck of history gracefully descending into the upper atmosphere. It is a meeting that has been millions of years in the making. For eons, this little traveler has known only the freezing, perfect emptiness of the deep void. But now, it is finally coming home. Many people imagine that a shooting star lights up because it rubs against the air, warming up like hands rubbing together in the winter cold. But the truth is much softer, much more like a gentle embrace. As the little wanderer glides into the thin upper layers of the sky, the air simply cannot move out of the way. Instead, the invisible molecules of the atmosphere gather smoothly in front of the object, folding together like a plush, yielding pillow catching a tired head. The air embraces the stardust, compressing softly and wrapping around it. Through this gentle compression, the air begins to warm. It is a soothing, rising warmth, like the feeling of pulling a heavy, weighted blanket over your shoulders on a chilly night. The compressed, comforting air transfers its energy to the little grain of dust, waking it from its billion-year slumber. And then, a breathtaking transformation occurs. The warmth does not create a harsh fire. Instead, it summons a beautiful, slow-blooming halo of light. Most of the luminous streak we see from the ground is not even the tiny rock itself. Much of that glorious visible light is actually produced by the atmosphere. As the stardust glides downward, it energizes the air along its path, leaving behind a tranquil, glowing trail of charged particles. The night sky is, in a very real sense, briefly showing you a beautifully changed state of air, a pocket of the atmosphere that is normally completely invisible, now softly glowing in the dark for a magical, slow-motion moment. You are watching Earth's atmosphere respond to a weary visitor from space by turning itself into pure, radiant light. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Watch as the light forms around the tiny grain. It is a luminous path far larger than the object itself, because the air all around it is doing the work of shining. It is as if the earth is turning on a soft, welcoming lantern to guide the traveler in. Through the lens of synesthesia, we can hear this light. Because there is no sound in this high vacuum, the light creates a sensation instead. As the halo brightens, it feels like the deep, rich resonance of a cello playing a single, unending note of comfort. You can feel the vibration of that warm, amber light humming gently against your skin, soothing the muscles of your neck, releasing the tension in your back, and lulling your heartbeat into a steady, rhythmic trance. This interaction is a delicate dance between motion and gas. The tiny speck of space does not fight the atmosphere. It surrenders to it. It allows the warm, compressed air to slowly, gently dismantle it, softening its edges, turning its ancient, frozen minerals into a glowing ribbon of vapor. The atmosphere acts as a protective, loving barrier. It catches the wandering dust, absorbing its momentum, ensuring that the world below remains perfectly safe and undisturbed. You, too, are protected by this invisible, soft barrier. No matter what heavy thoughts or fast-moving worries try to enter your mind tonight, imagine your own mental atmosphere catching them. Imagine your mind gently compressing those worries, slowing them down, and dissolving them into a soft, harmless glow before they can ever reach your peaceful center. Let your eyes grow even heavier as you watch this slow, glowing arc trace its way across the curvature of the earth. It is a silent lighthouse, sweeping its comforting beam across the top of the world. The sky seems calm and infinite, holding this graceful ribbon of light with perfect ease. As the stardust continues its slow descent, the warmth begins to unlock the secrets hidden deep within its ancient core. The light is about to change, revealing the hidden chemistry of the cosmos. blooming into subtle, breathtaking colors. But there is no need to anticipate. Just rest. Let the warmth of the glowing air radiate into your own body. Sink deeper into the mattress. Allow the gentle embrace of the atmosphere to hold you completely. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. As we drift gracefully along the curvature of the earth, suspended in the slow, breathtaking embrace of the upper atmosphere, the tiny grain of stardust continues its gentle transformation. We are watching this ancient wanderer not as a sudden flash, but as a masterpiece unfolding in the most profound, comforting slow motion. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Until this moment, the little traveler has worn a cloak of perfect, unbroken darkness, preserving the deep chill of the outer solar system for billions of years. But now, held safely in the invisible, warming cushion of the compressed air, it begins to soften. The outer layers of the dust grain do not burn away, they simply sigh, opening up and dissolving into the surrounding night like a beautiful, luminous vapor. And as it breathes out, the sky reveals a secret. Not all of these silent wanderers are painted in simple white light. As the atmosphere gently unpacks the stardust, it brings forth a magnificent, slow-blooming garden of cosmic colors. The glow is a hint of profound chemistry, a visual whisper of the elements that were forged in the hearts of giant, sleeping stars eons ago. Imagine the very first layer of this microscopic rock softening into a mist. Within that mist, there is an ancient memory of sodium. As the sodium gently vaporizes, it pushes the surrounding halo toward a wonderfully rich, warm yellow. This is not a harsh or blinding light. Through the quiet magic of this weightless space, you can feel this color more than you can see it. The warm yellow hums with a soft, low frequency that resonates in the very center of your chest. It feels like the soothing, golden touch of late afternoon sunlight resting perfectly on your closed eyelids after a long, cold winter. It is the color of safety, wrapping your shoulders in a thermal blanket of pure, radiant peace. Breathe in the warmth of this golden yellow. Let it melt away any lingering tension in your muscles, smoothing out the rhythm of your heart until it beats in time with the steady pulse of the glowing sky. Then, as the little traveler continues to drift downward, another layer gracefully peels away, exposing fresh, untouched material to the warming air. This time, traces of copper hidden deep within the stone are released into the quiet night, contributing a breathtaking, tranquil tint of green to the luminous ribbon. This green is the exact shade of a quiet, hidden forest pool reflecting the moonlight. In the profound vacuum of our floating sanctuary, you can smell this color. It carries the crisp, refreshing scent of rain falling gently on a canopy of ancient leaves. It is a cool, clearing sensation that washes softly over your mind, rinsing away the mental fog of the day, leaving nothing but absolute clarity and rest. The copper green strokes your consciousness like a cool breeze on a feverish brow, inviting you to sink even deeper into the heavy, comforting mattress beneath you. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. As we float here in this quiet expanse, bathed in the soft, blooming colors of ancient starlight. I invite you to take a moment to connect with this shared tranquility. Where on our beautiful blue planet are you joining me from tonight? As you listen, let your location be a small, quiet coordinate of peace in the comments below. Let us map a vast, silent constellation of resting souls across the world, all looking up at the same gentle sky, all breathing in the same starlit calm. Let us return our gaze to the slow-motion ribbon of light. Sometimes, as the atmospheric embrace continues, a delicate trace of calcium leans the glow toward a deep, velvety purplish tone. This purple is the color of the deepest, most restorative sleep. It sounds like the slow, resonant draw of a bow across the heavy strings of a cello, a single note of absolute stillness that vibrates through the dark. The same meteor can change its color in a gentle, seamless transition as different layers are lovingly vaporized. Because a meteorite is rarely perfectly uniform, it contains a beautiful mixture of these ancient minerals, tiny grains that have waited patiently for this exact moment to share their light. As it falls, peeling itself open in the soft air, it reveals a sequence of clues about what kind of atoms are briefly lighting up the sky. It is a silent, spectacular blooming. A single streak can seem to pulse or gently flicker with these changing hues. It is not blinking with urgency, but rather softly exhaling different chapters of its billion-year history. You are watching a cosmic fossil slowly reading its own story into the night air. The green of the copper, the yellow of the sodium, the deep purple of the calcium. They are not doing it for style. They are revealing the very ingredients of the universe. The exact same stardust that makes up the iron in our blood and the calcium in our bones. To witness this is to understand that you are looking at your own ancient reflection. Painted across the dome of the earth, you are made of the exact same quiet, enduring materials. And just as this tiny grain of dust is held, supported, and gently transformed by the atmosphere, you too are supported by the world around you. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to let your outer layers dissolve into the safety of the night, revealing the calm, steady center of your being. The colors swirl and blend in the slow-motion track, a river of neon pastels moving gracefully against the indigo canvas of space. It is a hypnotic, mesmerizing flow. Your eyes trace the soft, descending curve of the light, feeling the gentle weight of sleep pulling your eyelids down. The atmosphere itself also plays a role in this masterpiece, adding its own subtle glow to the mix. The oxygen and nitrogen high above the earth wrap around the colors, framing them in a soft, ethereal silver. It is a perfect collaboration between a visitor from the deep void and the protective embrace of our home. As the colors reach their softest, most beautiful peak, the visual symphony begins to transition. The light will soon begin to fade, but the event is not over. The energy of this quiet traveler is about to ripple outward in a way that our eyes cannot see, but our bodies can deeply feel. We are going to listen to the unheard symphony of the sky. Let the warm yellow, the cool green, and the deep purple settle into your mind. Let them color your dreams. As the breathtaking bloom of cosmic colors reaches its softest, most magnificent peak, the luminous ribbon in the upper atmosphere slowly begins to fade. The warm yellow, the tranquil green, and the deep, restful purple do not vanish abruptly. They dissolve, petal by petal, into the vast, indigo ocean of the night. The stardust has gently surrendered its ancient form to the warming embrace of the air. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. In our waking lives on the surface of the earth, when we see a grand display of energy, we expect to hear a sudden, sharp sound. We expect the crack of thunder after lightning, or the roar of the wind. But up here, near the absolute quiet of the vacuum, the universe plays by a different, infinitely more patient set of rules. The sky does not shout, it whispers, and sometimes it sings in a register so deep and so profound that we cannot hear it with our ears at all. When a gentle traveler from space gracefully glides through the upper atmosphere, the air around it compresses and expands in a beautiful, slow-motion rhythm. This graceful interaction creates a very special kind of vibration. It generates what scientists call infrasound, a type of sound that is simply too low in frequency for human ears to hear. Imagine it not as a noise, but as a sensation. It is the unheard symphony of the cosmos. Because we cannot hear it, we must use our other senses to understand its beauty. Through the magic of our weightless sanctuary, imagine this infrasound as a deep, resonant hum, a single, eternal bass note played on the heaviest string of a grand, celestial cello. It is a slow, rhythmic vibration that ripples through the very fabric of the sky. These quiet waves of pressure travel very differently than the normal, chaotic sounds of the daytime world. Normal sound is fragile. It breaks against buildings and fades in the wind. But this cosmic lullaby is ancient and strong. It moves outward in slow, majestic concentric circles, bending gracefully through the different layers of the atmosphere, sometimes traveling vast distances across entire continents and deep, sleeping oceans. The sky briefly becomes a magnificent transmitting medium, carrying this invisible information of peace far, far beyond the original event. The light of the shooting star may disappear quickly, melting back into the dark, but the atmosphere itself continues to carry the quiet, unseen signature of the encounter. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let your mind follow this gentle, invisible ripple as it leaves the high, thin air and begins its slow descent toward the surface of the earth. It glides effortlessly down through the stratosphere. It does not care about the weather below. If there is a thick, gray blanket of clouds covering the world, hiding the stars from the people on the ground, the infrasound does not stop. It passes right through the clouds. When a cosmic wanderer passes through the atmosphere, it can generate these gentle pressure waves that travel outward regardless of visibility. The wave sweeps over the curved face of the planet. It rolls silently over the snow-capped peaks of ancient mountains, carrying the memory of the stars to the sleeping stone. It brushes over vast, dark forests, rustling through the leaves, not with wind, but with a vibration of pure calm. It glides across the smooth, mirror-like surfaces of midnight lakes, without causing a single visible ripple in the water. While quiet, dedicated instruments designed to detect infrasound might register this soothing event long after the visible streak has faded. You do not need an instrument to experience it tonight. You only need to be still. Imagine this slow, invisible wave of cosmic calm finally reaching your window. It slips through the glass without a sound. It fills your room. A silent, comforting tide of atmospheric energy that carries the exact frequency of perfect rest. You can feel it arriving. A meteor can appear completely silent and fleeting to the eye, yet still leave a beautiful, measurable disturbance moving invisibly through the air around you. But tonight, this is not a disturbance. It is a harmonization. Feel the wave gently wash over the foot of your bed. It brings a sensation of pleasant, heavy warmth. As the invisible hum touches your toes, all the remaining energy of the day simply drains away. The wave slowly rolls up your legs, relaxing your calves, releasing the tension in your knees, and sinking into the deep muscles of your thighs. You are being swathed in the unheard music of the spheres. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. The wave continues its slow journey upward. It settles into your hips, anchoring you safely to the mattress. Gravity is no longer a force that pulls you down. It is a soft, heavy blanket that tucks you in. The vibration moves up your spine, uncoiling any tightness, aligning every vertebra with the smooth, sweeping curve of the Earth's orbit. As the infrasound reaches your chest, something wonderful happens. Your heartbeat, which may have been quick or uneven from the lingering echoes of the day, hears the ancient rhythm of the wave. Slowly, gently, your heart begins to synchronize with the deep, slow pulse of the atmosphere. Thump, thump, thump. Perfectly spaced, perfectly calm. Your breathing deepens, expanding your lungs with the cool, starlit air of the room, and exhaling all doubt, all worry, all fear. The wave washes over your shoulders, smoothing them down. It flows down your arms, right to the tips of your fingers, leaving them completely loose and relaxed. Finally, it envelops your neck and your head. The tiny muscles around your eyes and jaw surrender completely to the dark. You are now vibrating at the exact frequency of the peaceful night sky. You are a part of the unheard symphony. The universe has played a single, beautiful note just for you. A lullaby woven from the remnants of ancient ice and stardust, carried across continents just to find you in your bed. The light of the meteor is gone, but its energy has been entirely absorbed by the world, and by you. The atmosphere has caught the falling star and turned it into pure tranquility. As the final echoes of the invisible wave drift past you, fading into the quiet earth below, we look back up to the edge of space. The solid rock of the stardust may have dissolved, but its story is not yet finished. It is about to take on a new, incredibly delicate form. We are going to watch the birth of a silver cloud. Breathe in the silence. Breathe out the sound. Sleep is drawing closer as the deep, resonant vibrations of the unheard symphony settle into your bones, leaving your body perfectly relaxed and wonderfully heavy upon your mattress. We return our gaze to the high, silent edge of the world. The luminous ribbon of the shooting star has faded from the visible sky. To an observer on the ground, standing in the dark, it might seem as though the tiny wanderer has simply vanished, completely erased by the atmosphere. But in the ground, patient architecture of the cosmos. Nothing is ever truly lost. Nothing ever simply ends. It only transforms. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let these quiet words anchor you as we watch this beautiful, slow-motion transformation unfold. When the microscopic grain of stardust glided through the compressed air, it did not burn to ash. In a very real and comforting sense, the sky did not swallow the object in one sudden, aggressive bite. Instead, with infinite tenderness, the atmosphere slowly dissolved the ancient traveler into its purest, most fundamental ingredients. The star has gently shed its solid form, releasing invisible, weightless atoms of iron and magnesium into the upper reaches of the night sky. These tiny building blocks of the universe, originally forged in the slow, ancient furnaces of distant, sleeping suns, now float freely in the thin, pristine air. They have combined into extremely fine particles, suspended in a state of perfect, endless equilibrium. They are no longer a rock from space. They are a breath of cosmic mist, waiting in the dark. If the thought of this eternal, weightless transformation brings comfort to your tired mind, please leave a gentle like below. It is a quiet signal to the universe and to yourself that you are perfectly safe and that your mind is finally allowed to rest, and to ensure you always have a dedicated spaceship to return to the stars whenever the gravity of the daytime world feels too demanding. Make sure you are subscribed. Let this channel be your reliable, quiet launchpad to peace every single night. Now, let us float effortlessly alongside these suspended particles of iron and magnesium. They linger at the very roof of the world, suspended at extraordinarily high altitudes. We are far, far above the heavy clouds of rain, far above the turbulent storms and the complex weather systems that sweep across the surface of the Earth. Up here, the temperature drops to a profound, refreshing cold. It is not a harsh chill, but rather a crisp, pure coolness that immediately soothes the senses. It is the exact, wonderful feeling of flipping a heavy pillow to the cool side in the middle of a warm, restless night. It is the sensation of a cool, damp cloth placed gently across a feverish forehead. In this perfect, atmospheric chill, something deeply magical begins to happen. Under these specific, quiet conditions, the tiny, metallic particles from the dissolved shooting star become delicate seeds, and around these microscopic cosmic seeds, pure crystals of water ice begin to gently form. The stardust is catching the sparse moisture of the high atmosphere, lovingly wrapping itself in a blanket of pristine frost. Slowly, gracefully, crystal by crystal, they gather together to create noctilucent clouds, the rare, breathtaking night-shining clouds. These are among the highest clouds in Earth's entire atmosphere, and they are utterly dependent on these microscopic, gentle inputs from space. Without the quiet arrival of the shooting star, these magnificent clouds simply could not exist. They are a lingering, peaceful monument to the fleeting traveler. Imagine looking at these clouds from our weightless vantage point in the sleepy event horizon. They do not look like the heavy, thick clouds of the daytime sky. They are spun from pure silver and pale, electric blue light. They stretch across the darkness in long, delicate ripples, looking exactly like the smooth ridges of white sand left behind by the receding tide on a calm, moonlit beach. They are ethereal, wispy, and unimaginably soft. These clouds only reveal their quiet beauty long after the sun has set, or in the deep silence just before it rises. Because they sit so incredibly high up in the atmosphere, they are able to catch the hidden rays of the sun from just over the curve of the horizon. They reflect a soft, pearlescent glow from the edge of space, while the world below remains swathed in deep, restful, uninterrupted darkness. It is a profound, quiet connection between a momentary, fleeting meteor and a slow, delicate atmospheric formation that may linger beautifully in the sky for days. The meteor itself is gone, but a vital, glowing part of it remains, softly illuminating the processes far above the weather. Through the calm lens of synesthesia, you can almost feel the texture of these silver clouds. If you were to rest your cheek against them, they would feel like the coolest, finest silk. The silver light they cast is the exact color of mental clarity, washing away the confusing, tangled thoughts of the day. As you lie in your bed, synchronize your breathing with the slow, high-altitude drift of these clouds. As you breathe in, imagine inhaling the cool, clarifying mist of this silver ice. Feel the crisp, clean air moving down into your lungs, untying any remaining knots in your chest, lowering your internal temperature to a perfect, comfortable resting state. As you breathe out, imagine your breath joining the gentle, high winds, slowly stretching the silver clouds into long, peaceful ribbons across the dark sky. Inhale the cool silver starlight. Exhale the heavy gravity. Inhale the profound, icy calm. Exhale the noise of the day. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. The sky seems entirely calm again, yet this beautiful creation is still happening far, far above. It is a gentle reminder that even the briefest moments of beauty can leave a lasting, peaceful mark on the world. The Earth is quietly accumulating this space material, gathering the dust of the cosmos layer by layer, day by day, without anyone ever needing to notice. You are resting soundly beneath a protective, glowing canopy of silver ice, seeded by the stars themselves. Let your body sink even deeper into the softness beneath you. Let the muscles in your back completely surrender to the mattress. You are as weightless as the microscopic ice crystals forming around the stardust. There is absolutely no need to hold on to anything anymore. You can simply allow your thoughts to dissolve into the night, just as the meteor gracefully dissolved into the thin air. Soon, these tiny, ice-coated fragments will begin the final, longest leg of their cosmic journey. They will begin a slow, invisible descent, drifting down through the layers of the sky like the gentlest, unseen snow. But for now, we will simply rest here together, bathed in the quiet, silver glow of the night-shining clouds. The universe is watching over your rest, holding you in the palm of the dark. As the breathtaking silver ribbons of the night-shining clouds continue to glow softly at the very edge of space, we prepare to leave the highest altitudes behind. you are still completely weightless, held perfectly secure in the quiet, atmospheric sanctuary we have built together. The profound, resonant hum of the cosmos is still vibrating gently within your chest, keeping your heartbeat steady, slow, and perfectly calm. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let those words guide you as we follow the journey of the stardust into its next, most peaceful chapter. We have seen the sudden, beautiful light. We have felt the unseen, deep vibration. We have watched the birth of the silver ice, but the story of the shooting star does not end in the high atmosphere. Most of the incoming material from the vastness of space arrives not as dramatic, sudden flashes, but as microscopic, invisible particles. After the ancient grain of dust has gracefully dissolved in the compressed air, its tiny, fundamental building blocks lose all their remaining speed high in the atmosphere. They surrender all of their cosmic momentum to the soft, welcoming cushion of the sky. And then, with infinite patience, they simply begin to drift downward over time. This is the slow descent. It is a journey that does not take seconds or minutes, but weeks, months, or even years. In this quiet space, time has completely lost its grip. There is absolutely no rush. You can watch this descent as if you are watching a single, weightless feather falling through a perfectly still room. Imagine these microscopic fragments of asteroids and ancient comets beginning their long, slow drift. They are smaller than the width of a human hair, entirely invisible to the naked eye. Yet they are carrying the history of the solar system down to the surface of our world. They are falling like a continuous, invisible snowfall. As you lie in your bed, imagine that you are slowly descending with them. With every exhalation, you are sinking just a little bit deeper into the soft, supporting layers of your mattress. You are drifting down through the quiet, dark layers of the night. The crisp, refreshing chill of the upper atmosphere slowly gives way to the insulating, comfortable coolness of the lower sky. The microscopic stardust glides effortlessly down through the stratosphere. It encounters the high, wispy cirrus clouds, those delicate, feathery strokes of ice that decorate the daytime sky. The stardust does not disturb them. It simply weaves its way through, a silent ghost of the cosmos, passing through the gentle veils of Earth's weather. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. As the stardust continues to drift lower, it enters the troposphere, the layer of the sky where our everyday clouds are born. Over time, these tiny, cosmic atoms and particles mix intimately with the air. They become a permanent, floating part of the sky we breathe. Sometimes, as they wander through the dark, gathering moisture, they become beautifully incorporated into precipitation. When the conditions are just right, rain and snow can carry these microscopic trace amounts of extraterrestrial material safely down to the surface. Imagine a quiet, steady rainfall in the middle of the night, the kind of rain that taps a soft, hypnotic rhythm against your window pane, a natural lullaby that tells you the world outside is being washed clean while you are safe, warm, and dry inside. Within those cool, clear drops of water, there is stardust. The rain is delivering the heavens directly to the earth. A shooting star does not need to leave a heavy, solid stone on the ground to matter, even when the bright streak vanishes completely from our view. Its precious material still cycles back to us. The process is wonderfully slow, incredibly subtle, and beautifully continuous. It is a gentle, endless rain of cosmic ingredients, unlike a large, heavy meteorite that might fall with a sudden thud. This microscopic cosmic dust does not announce itself. Its arrival is entirely silent. As you sleep, millions of these tiny, invisible particles are settling peacefully all over the world. They drift downward and eventually settle onto vast, open lands, onto the deep, dark oceans, and onto the pristine, untouched ice of the polar caps. They even settle gently onto the rooftops of our homes, without ever drawing attention. Picture the roof above your own head right now, as you lie safely in your room, wrapped in your blankets. The silent snowfall of the cosmos is happening just a few feet above you. The universe is gently dusting your home with the remnants of ancient comets, an ongoing, quiet blessing from the stars. This quiet process is one of the most constant, reliable ways our Earth interacts with the wider space around it. The connection is not an occasional, rare event. It is ongoing, subtle, and nearly everywhere. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let your thoughts mimic this slow, invisible descent. At the beginning of the day, your thoughts may have been fast, bright, and demanding, like the sudden flash of a meteor. But now, they have dissolved. They have broken apart into tiny, weightless fragments. Watch those fragments of thought as they drift downward in your mind. They are losing their speed. They are losing their shape. They are softly settling into the deep, quiet background of your consciousness, joining the still, rich soil of your imagination. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to organize them. Just let them fall, like invisible snow in the dark. Mixed with the ordinary dust of the earth, these cosmic grains become part of our soils, our deep sediments, and our permanent snow layers. Over long, peaceful periods of time, this invisible dust accumulates in measurable amounts, quietly spreading traces of the vast space across our entire planet. We are constantly being reunited with the very materials that built our solar system. The Earth is slowly, patiently sweeping up this ancient debris, welcoming the wanderers home. As the stardust finally reaches the surface of our blue planet, its long journey is complete, but its purpose is just beginning. In the next part of our journey, we will follow this microscopic dust as it settles into the vast, dark waters of the ocean, where the cold, ancient minerals of space will gently touch the warm, beating heart of life on Earth. But for now, simply enjoy the feeling of the slow descent. Feel the weight of your body supported entirely by the bed. Your breathing is slow, rhythmic, and perfectly aligned with the silent falling of the cosmic snow. You are safe. You are resting. The slow descent is carrying you gently, inevitably, toward the deepest sleep. As the invisible, cosmic snowfall continues its gentle descent through the quiet layers of the atmosphere, we follow it all the way down to the deepest, most expansive sanctuary on our planet. We are leaving the thin, cool air behind and approaching the vast, breathing surface of the nighttime ocean. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. From our weightless vantage point, the ocean at night does not look like a dark, intimidating abyss. It is a perfect, smooth mirror, a magnificent cradle of deep indigo and velvet black that gently reflects the light of a billion ancient stars above. The surface of the water is rising and falling in a slow, rhythmic swell, moving with the patient, eternal pull of the moon. It looks like the chest of a sleeping giant, taking one deep, soothing breath after another. Listen to the rhythm of that breath. Imagine the sound of a calm, rolling wave gently brushing against a smooth, sandy shore, then slowly pulling back into the dark. Shh. And release. Shh. And let go. Sync the rising and falling of your own chest with the rhythmic, hypnotic swelling of this peaceful sea. Your bed is a perfectly safe, steady vessel, rocking imperceptibly on the gentle tides of the night. As the microscopic grains of ancient comets and asteroids finally reach the very end of their atmospheric journey, they do not crash into the water. There is no splash, no sudden impact, no breaking of the surface. They simply touch the smooth, cool face of the water, and seamlessly, perfectly, they belong. When cosmic dust settles into the ocean, it beautifully and effortlessly becomes part of marine chemistry. The journey of a shooting star does not end in the sky. It transforms into an offering. Space adds not just a fleeting spectacle of light to our world, but vital, life-giving ingredients. Imagine one single, microscopic particle of stardust resting on the surface of the quiet water. Within this tiny, invisible speck is a treasure that was forged in the unimaginably hot, silent core of a star that lived and passed away long before our solar system was even a thought. Some of this cosmic dust contains iron. It is an element of profound strength and quiet endurance. And it is an element required by many types of tiny, drifting plankton that call the ocean their home. In the vast, open regions of the deep sea where iron is incredibly scarce, the arrival of this ancient stardust is a quiet, magnificent gift. Even these incredibly small additions from the sky can gently influence biological activity below the surface. As the dust softly dissolves into the cool, dark water, it releases its trace nutrients. It is a microscopic exhalation of ancient energy, spreading out like a slow drop of watercolor paint in a clear glass of water, and waiting in the dark, suspended in the gentle currents, are the phytoplankton, the microscopic, floating forests of the sea. They receive this iron, and they use it to grow, silently supporting the very base of the entire marine food web. But here, through the beautiful, calming lens of our weightless sanctuary, we can see this process as something even more magical. We can see the ocean's gratitude. As the tiny phytoplankton absorb the iron from the fallen star, they respond in the only language they know. They begin to gently, softly glow. This is bioluminescence. The dark water begins to bloom with a subtle, breathtaking aura of pale, electric blue. It is exactly the same color as the night-shining clouds we left behind at the edge of space. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Watch as this soft blue light spreads across the surface of the ocean. It is a mirror image of the Milky Way above. The ocean is reflecting the sky, not just with water, but with life. The shooting star drew a quick, brilliant line of light across the heavens. And now, weeks or months later, that exact same light has been transformed into a slow, rhythmic, glowing pulse in the deep water. This is the quiet connection. This process links dramatic, high-speed events in the vastness of space directly to the delicate, beating heart of life in Earth's oceans in a remarkably quiet way. The effect is not sudden, and it is not localized. It is beautifully gradual, spread out generously over massive, peaceful areas of the globe. The universe is not something separate from us, existing only in the cold, unreachable distances above. It is right here, dissolving into the oceans, feeding the smallest, most vital forms of life. And as you lie there, sinking deeper into the absolute comfort of your mattress, realize that this connection extends directly to you. The iron that was forged in the hearts of ancient stars. The iron that traveled for millions of years through the silent void. The iron that drifted down through the atmosphere to feed the glowing oceans. It is the exact same iron that flows through your own veins. With every single beat of your heart, you are pumping the dust of the cosmos through your body. The universe is not just around you, it is within you. You are made of the night sky. You are built from the remnants of ancient comets and the quiet endurance of asteroids. Feel the slow, steady rhythm of your heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. It is a calm, unwavering pulse. Let the profound safety of this realization wash over you. If you are made of the stars, then you are built to endure. You are part of an endless, beautiful cycle that has been perfectly balanced for billions of years. You do not need to figure everything out before you fall asleep. You do not need to carry the weight of the world, because the world is already carrying you, just as effortlessly as the ocean carries the floating, glowing plankton. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let your body become completely, wonderfully heavy. Let your limbs feel as though they are melting into the bed, dissolving into the quiet dark, just like the stardust dissolving into the sea. There is no separation between you and the peace of the night. You are a small, perfect coordinate in a vast, safe universe. The blue, bioluminescent glow of the ocean fades gently into your mind's eye, leaving behind a sensation of deep, satisfying warmth. It is the warmth of belonging, the warmth of knowing exactly where you are, and knowing that right here, right now, everything is exactly as it should be. Our long, cosmic journey is almost at its end. We have traveled from the weightless vacuum of the sleepy event horizon through the glowing, compressed air, down past the silver ice clouds, and into the breathing, starlit ocean. Now, there is only one place left to go. It is time to return to the surface, to bring this absolute, ancient peace back into the room where you rest. It is time for the final, soft re-entry into the deepest, most restorative slumber. Allow the soft blue light to carry you closer to the shore of your own dreams. Breathe in the ancient starlight. breathe out the last remaining whisper of the day. As the soft, bioluminescent glow of the ocean gently fades from your mind's eye, we begin our final, slow transition. As we come to the end of this quiet exploration, you might notice how wonderfully wide and safe the night feels around you. The boundaries of your room have expanded to hold the entire cosmos, yet the space feels intimate, protective, and perfectly scaled to your rest. We have traveled across unimaginable distances tonight, without ever leaving the profound safety of your bed. We have followed tiny, silent fragments of the solar system as they gently brushed our atmosphere. We have traced brief, graceful lines of light that carried quiet stories far older than Earth itself. From the slow, drifting sparks to the sudden, breathtaking blooms of cosmic color, each shooting star reminded us that space is not a distant, cold, or separate void. It is a constant, sweeping presence, passing intimately through our sky, leaving only beautiful moments to notice before softly fading away. Together, we have wandered through the ancient records of silver comet streams, floated high above silent, waiting deserts, and rested upon the dark, breathing oceans. We have lingered at the thin, fragile edge of the atmosphere, exactly where the air first begins to glow. We have seen how our beautiful blue planet protects itself, wrapping us in an invisible, soft shield of compressed air. We have watched how the microscopic dust settles completely unnoticed, and how even the smallest, the most fleeting streak of light can reveal the profound motion, material, and time of the universe all at once. These majestic events are incredibly fleeting, yet they repeat endlessly, faithfully, night after night. They happen with absolute precision. Whether we are watching or not, there is a profound, unshakable comfort in knowing this. The universe does not require your attention to keep spinning. The stars do not need your worry to keep shining. You can completely let go, trusting in the steady, eternal presence of the night around you. Now, it is time for our own re-entry. But unlike the shooting stars that dissolve into vapor in the high atmosphere, your re-entry is a slow, deeply comforting return to the physical world. For the past hour, you have been a weightless wanderer, drifting freely in the sleepy event horizon. Now, I invite you to welcome back the familiar, grounding force of gravity. Feel gravity not as a heavy burden, but as a warm, loving embrace. It is the invisible force that holds the moon in its steady orbit, that keeps the oceans resting peacefully in their vast basins, and that now holds you perfectly secure against your mattress. Imagine gravity as the thick, soft blanket currently draped over your body. It does not pull you down, it tucks you in. It wraps around your shoulders, a physical manifestation of the Earth's promise to keep you safe until the morning comes. Let the weight of your legs sink heavily into the bed. Feel the solid, reassuring support beneath your calves and your thighs. Let your hips settle completely, anchoring your center to the earth. Allow your back to melt into the sheets, feeling every vertebra perfectly aligned and supported by the surface beneath you. Let your shoulders drop the very last fraction of an inch, releasing any microscopic tension that might still be hiding there. Feel your arms become heavy, limp, and wonderfully relaxed, resting peacefully at your sides. Finally, let the weight of your head be entirely supported by your pillow. You are tethered to the earth. You are safe. You are home. Listen to the rhythm of your own breath. It is the quietest, most reassuring sound in the room as we float here in the final moments of our journey. Let your breathing slow down even further. Inhale the cool, still air of your room, and exhale a long, slow sigh of complete surrender. With every breath out, allow your thoughts to loosen and drift. If any remaining worries or echoes of the daytime world try to enter your mind, treat them like the microscopic dust settling in the deep ocean. Watch them sink slowly into the dark, losing their shape, losing their importance, until they disappear completely into the vast, quiet depths of your subconscious. There is nothing left to follow now. There are no more cosmic paths to trace, no more hidden histories to uncover, and absolutely no questions left to hold in your mind. The sky has done its remarkable work. The atmosphere has caught the falling stars and turned them into a gentle lullaby. The silver ice has formed. The oceans have glowed, and the earth has safely absorbed the ancient light. Drift, float, glow, ancient, stillness. Let these words become the very fabric of your dreams. You are a child of the universe, made of the same enduring iron and stardust that we have watched tonight. You carry the quiet strength of asteroids and the graceful patience of comets within your very bones, because you are made of the stars. You are built to rest. The universe has been expanding for billions of years, creating endless space and perfect silence, just so you could have this exact moment of peace. The sleepy event horizon will always be here for you. Whenever the noise of the waking world becomes too loud, whenever the gravity of your daily life feels too heavy to bear, you know the coordinates. The stars will always be waiting to watch over your rest. The silver rivers of comet dust will continue to flow in the dark, and the unheard symphony of the atmosphere will continue to play its deep, resonant lullaby. You never have to face the night alone. But for now, you don't need to do anything at all. You don't need to move. You don't need to think. And you don't need to stay awake a single moment longer. The transition is complete. The absolute weightlessness of space has seamlessly merged with the comforting, heavy weight of your bed. The cosmic journey has naturally, beautifully become a dream. Surrender completely to the heavy, velvety dark. Let the profound silence wrap around your mind, sealing away the outside world. The night is vast. The earth is safe. And you are deeply, perfectly held by the universe that created you. Sleep well, and good night.